Hopefully that's fixed now. So the audio is fixed. Let's fix our stream. Yep, this tells me I'm getting sleepy, folks. I didn't have a good friend named Storm Tracker Ian Malico. I don't know if this would be possible. Alright, it should be set to public and you should be able to see me. So, again, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for portions of southeastern Limestone County, portions of northeastern Morgan County, northwestern Marshall, southwestern Jackson County, and then southern parts of Madison County until 1:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time tonight. Well, that's a late one. Now, this is a storm that I was watching in Limestone County earlier. Now we can see this little area of rotation that the National Weather Service is closely keeping an eye on. That's moving east towards Trina and Owens Crossroads over there towards New Hope. Tornado is possible with this line as it pushes east. Definitely cannot be ruled out. So a couple other special weather statements is in effect as well through this evening. But our main concern right now is over Triana, out there towards Somersville, a bunch of towns that we get to call out. So New Haven, Triana, Tolka, Rocky Point, Henderson, Somerville, Valorsmo Springs, Union Hill, Morgan City, Briscoe, over there towards West Point and Morgan County, Lacey Springs, Hobbs Island, Norton, over there towards Regent Forest. If I didn't say New Haven, Fleming Hills, and Lily Flang, southern parts of Huntsville, Ryland Acres, Cherry Tree, Owens Crossroads, Elon, Oak Grove, Johnson, New Hope, Cushion, Poplar Ridge, Butler Mills, Cedar Point, Paint Rock, Gurley, and Garth. And I would like to welcome in the wonderful, the two kids I know of, Ian and Ashton. Welcome into the stream. 60 mile per hour wind gusts and the tornado possible tag over this severe thunderstorm warning over, goodness gracious, over Morgan County, Limestone County, Madison County, Jackson County, and Marshall counties until 1:30 p.m. So, now that we've spoken about those very briefly, now that we've spoken about these very briefly here, there's been a couple of areas of strong gusty winds that I'm watching over Winfield, Gwynn, Double Springs, and over there towards Speak. That's a community that I've got some family members along. So, wouldn't be surprised. Maybe one or two severe thunderstorm warnings get issued out here towards Marion, Winston, even maybe Lawrence County throughout this evening. But overall, the threat has been a little bit downtrending. Now, I'm not saying that it's not over with yet. Matter of fact, the thunder, the lightning intensity is picking up. Matter of fact, northwestern parts of Madison County is in that having a lot of lightning show up on radar now. But the reason why we have this tornado possible tag, as I mentioned earlier, is because we have this rotation showing up just southwest of Mooresville and just west, or southeast of Mooresville and just west of Triana. That's showing up on radar. And that is not enough to warn for a tornado yet. Not enough for us to have a tornado warning, if you will. But it is enough to have a tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warning. Up to 60 mile per hour wind gust and quarter size hail is, or up to pea size hail is possible. But again, we're gonna, continue to have our wall-to-wall coverage as this is a tornado possible tag. When we have tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warnings, we usually go live for a quite long time until that warning is allowed to expire. Absolutely agreed with you, Ashton, and I appreciate you for noting that. So, what Ashton here has mentioned, I see a few special weather statements possible further south towards the I-20 59 corridor, but other than that, threat seems to be diminishing besides the far northern counties. Absolutely agreed with you, Ashton, And yes, this severe weather threat is completely downtrending as we speak now. Um, we still can't rule out, of course, a wonderful one or two quick spin up tornado threats, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, or from 30 to 60 miles per hour at times. But as Ashton has mentioned in the chats, overall, our threat is downtrending, and that's exactly what we want to hear tonight. But regardless of that, tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning continues for eastern limestone and eastern northeastern Morgan counties, going into Madison, Marshall, and Jackson County until 1:30 in the morning. And I do believe our wonderful friend Brad Arnold is moving south to catch up with the storm, it seems. I see his little face showing up on radar there. Of course, if you got any questions in the chats, feel free to ask. Storm timing for the rest of tonight. This will begin to move into Coleman County around 1:30. I would say about 1:30 as the latest. Going into 2 a.m. Very slow moving storm. Some flash flooding issues definitely can't be ruled out. Some heavy rainfall was noted along I-65, but other than that, the rain has definitely not been too bad, and hopefully we can see this downtrend tonight. Let me see if I can turn the panels. There we go. I can't talk. Trina and I know that word. I just can't say it tonight. Apparently, so that is where the rotation that we're watching is currently at. I'm bringing up the radar now. The rotation that I'm speaking about is definitely letting up as we are speaking about it here. Triana. There we are. So that is in Madison County. There's not any rotation popping up for me anymore on radar as of right now. So damaging wind threat, the main threat right now. Once they drop that tornado tag, yes, that tornado possible tag on it, we're likely not going to be on here for long. And as Ashton just mentioned in the chats, and I most definitely agree, if you're out and about, watch out for the lots of cloud to ground lightning, gusty winds, and of course, across the state. Let me reread what he just mentioned here. So watch out for lots of cloud to ground lightning tonight and gusty winds, though across the state into the early morning hours, especially down towards the Montgomery metro. So flash flooding will be the main threat tonight as these slow moving storms will continue to push northeast out of the area. And just to show you how slow these storms are moving, this is your radar track. And they, since about 12 a.m., they have barely been able to move out of Limestone County. And they're just now moving into Madison County. Now, keep in mind, once this threat moves east, once you're west of it, once you're west of the main line, you're out of the risk for tonight. Matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if not Madison, let me see. So yes, Colbert and Lauderdale County, you are no longer in the tornado watch anymore. Go to bed, get some sleep. I know we've got some damage out there that's been reported by a bunch of people in the past several hours. Get some sleep, get some rest, and we'll go from there. It looks like tornado watch was extended into Jackson, Marshall, and DeKalb counties through 3 a.m. Sunday morning. So like Ashton has mentioned, there's going to be damaging winds up to 30 to 60 miles per hour. If you're out and about early in the morning, getting ready to do anything and within that, some frequent cloud to ground lightning is possible. And then of course, as the storm threat kind of slowly meanders its way east, it's going to have that flash flooding threat continue across much of the area. 2 special weather statements do continue over, again, areas of Marion and Winston counties, going into our non-area that we don't cover over there in Vernon and Fayette. And then we have the other special weather statement, including the severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Limestone, Morgan, Marshall, Madison, and Jackson counties. And so that's going to be for 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gust and P to quarter size hail. Of course, that tornado is possible tonight as well. Can't rule out one or two. Out here towards Haleyville is where our largest threat of frequent lightning is occurring right now. So if you're folks that live east of Marion or east of Hamilton, east of Hackleburg, near Gwynn and Winfield, south of Haleyville, near Double Springs, going out there towards Coleman, Good Hope, Huntsville, Arley, you're about to see some frequent lightning, some gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour, and some pea-sized hail, closer to penny-sized hail, within the next couple of hours. So keep that in mind. I don't know if it's just me, but I really don't see much keeping the severe thunderstorm warning for long. There's not any rotation showing up on radar, not that my eyes can see, and there's just not any strong winds showing up on radar as of now. So there's not much keeping the severe thunderstorm warning alive. So we'll see if they allow it to be dropped here shortly. Let's see if there's any other reports coming in. Not seeing anything via the no other threats are being reported here as of now. So yeah, that severe thunderstorm warning is definitely becoming unnecessary at this point, which is again what we want to hear. Alright, so parts of Limestone County has been cut out. Surpriseville and Mooresville, you are now out of that severe thunderstorm warning. Yep, absolutely. If you're reading the chats, Ashton just mentioned, so like I said earlier, Florence, you are allowed to go to sleep. That includes Russellville, Hamilton. Hamilton, you're still in that special weather statement right now, but these storms are definitely moving east of you, and you can go to sleep for tonight. That tornado watch is going to likely be discontinued for Franklin and Marion County here within the next couple of 30 minutes or so. Yep, that lightning does continue just to your east, but overall, you are good. It's not my coverage area, but a heads up here near Shawnee in Tennessee. This is just southeast of Winchester. We do have a fairly strong area of rotation, or a good couplet here showing up just southeast of Shawnee. I wouldn't be surprised if that produces a tornado at any point here soon. That's going to be moving east into Jasper, closer to Chattanooga. That's Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hey there, Aaron, and welcome into this stream. Let's see. Let's have a little bit of funsies here and just look at the storms from 3D. Thunder is pretty loud across Limestone County right now. Why is it not coming up? Wow. What in the world? What an evening this is. Alright, I don't know what's the problem with WSV2. GR2 analyst. There's the words. I appreciate the offer, Aaron, but all is good. Nothing usually when there comes to multiple tornado warnings being issued, that's when I need the help at most. But um, other than that, we're good tonight. I am getting reports west of Hamilton. Power is out, and the entire city of Hamilton has power. We have down trees. Uh, we have power out in all throughout Hamilton. That's what I meant to say. We do have trees and power lines being reported down near Military Street or closer towards Fikes Chevy. So we are getting reports of Gwyn that's also out of power. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of folks in Hamilton right now has no power according to reports that are coming in. So if you're tuning in from Hamilton, again, you're out of the severe weather threat for tonight, but we really do pray that those linemen, that's what I was looking for, can help restore the power before mid or late tonight into the early morning hours Sunday. New area of potential rotation, um, potentially ongoing near Owen Crossroads that's trying to show up here very, very neatly. So that continuing the severe thunderstorm warning right now is a pretty good idea. I don't. Okay, no, it still has a tornado possible tag on it. So, all right, let's see. Picken County. Yep. And I definitely agree with Ashton here as I was reading what he was saying. So we do have this tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning for this storm that could have the potential of producing a tornado as it tracks into western Alabama and close to west central Alabama here throughout the evening and overnight hour frame. So that could push east, northeast, if you will. My brain. Okay, so that will push northeast towards Reform, Fayette, going closer towards Jasper. A lot of these storms will likely have the potential of a low-end tornado threat, as Ashton just mentioned in the chats. So an isolated, quick spin-up tornado is possible tonight. But overall, and this is kind of what James Spann had mentioned earlier, the larger end tornado threat that we had this afternoon is downtrending, and now it's fairly low. Wouldn't be surprised to see one or two tornado warnings get issued if the storm environment allows them to, but overall, the threat is low. I appreciate Ashton, Aaron, and Ian for monitoring the chats and mentioning many different pointers for this threat. And keep in mind, areas along and east of I-65 still continue in that tornado watch until 3 a.m. for the potential of a quick spin-up tornado or two. 70-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter ping pong ball sized hail. So that tornado watch does continue. But like Ashton and many others have said, I'm going to go ahead and give the green light for Limestone County, Lawrence County. Again, that would be Franklin, Colbert, Lauderdale, over there in Marion County. Get some sleep. Go to bed. You're almost okay, and I would say if you are west of I-65 in Morgan County, maybe a couple loud rumbles of thunder, some heavy rainfall, but get some sleep because that threat is now pushing out of your area. So I'm talking really along 565 and 157 here where you can go to sleep. The rest of the area, you still got that tornado watch, you still got that threat. So that includes Winston County, Coleman County, Marshall, Jackson, and DeKalb counties that are in that tornado watch until 3 a.m. Some damaging winds closer towards Regent Forest, Lacey Springs, Norton, Hobbs Island, south of Lily Flag, closer to Owens Crossroads is a potential, but I'm just not seeing that tornado possible tag needed right now. But I can get the precautionary of putting it there, most definitely. Alright, so we do have an area of rotation just now moving now into Lamar County. I just picked that one out. This is again out of our coverage area, but why not cover it? If you're just west of Millport, near Melbourne, this is a pretty good area of rotation that's likely going to get a tornado warning issued here very soon in Alabama here. So this is again moving into Lamar County as we speak right now. So a pretty good area of rotation is showing up. Lightning activity all around it. That indicates that a tornado is fairly possible with this. We're going to see a tornado warning get issued potentially within the next couple of minutes. That's tracking northeast. So that being said, that could track as far as into Coleman County, Alabama this evening. So we'll have to watch that very closely. We'll see if it does that. But that area of rotation is definitely notable. So I'm going to watch this area right here. You can see how it's almost surging out in front of the main line. This may allow for tornado potential as well through the evening or overnight hours. We're 1 a.m. So that's an area to watch. We are watching for the larger hail as well. That's showing up on radar. Potentially up to quarter size hail in some areas here with the pinks and purples. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, Ashton. I agree with you there. This one near Millport has a good old, what we call a hook echo. It's not as notable, but it's right there. Just southwest of Millport. So watching that one pretty close. And you can see a good outflow boundary out here near Gurley and High Top. It's showing up pretty much right next to the severe, strong part of the storms. Of course, that will push east. We got 28 more minutes on the severe thunderstorm warning over Morgan, Madison, Marshall, and Jackson counties. Wow. Wintry mix being reported out there in Norman, Oklahoma. Y'all better keep that snow over there, I will tell you that much. Do not need snow here. I think Alabama's about tired of it. So we could see a new special weather statement within the next 15-20 minutes get issued for the rest of Jackson, Marshall, and DeKalb counties. I'm genuinely curious if they're going to issue a new tornado watch for Blount, Etowah, and Cherokee counties within the next 30 minutes or so. Keep in mind, rumbles of thunder pretty loud. They continue to on-go here around Limestone County, but I'm honestly going to give it this live stream and let it go. I think I am. Look at that outflow boundary surging outside of these stronger storms. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about going off yet. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do here is let the stream go for now. If a new warning is issued, that includes tornado warnings. Okay. Never mind. Okay, new severe thunderstorm warnings. Instead of a special weather statement, it's a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for High Top, Stevenson, and Bridgeport. Um, so that new severe thunderstorm warning is until for the next 56 minutes. So about 2 a.m. with this one. Has a tornado possible tag on it as well. Um, so that being said, wouldn't surprise me if we see another extension of a severe thunderstorm warning out here near New Hope, Woodville, including Henniger, um, Sylvania, Rangeville, Fort Payne, and Valley Head. Every time we get east of I-65, those names become harder to pronounce, so I do apologize. This is coming pretty close to the high top radar here. And I can understand why they put that tornado possible tag on it. While we can't see much because of the radar and how close in proximity it is, like this area here showing up near Gurley. That's a little hook echo is what we call it. Closer towards Cherry Tree as well. Those are two areas that we're going to closely monitor for the potential of a quick spin up tornado. You can even see something trying to, these are called kinks within the line. Something maybe trying to show up there. That goes the same for areas just northwest of New Hope here. Every little one of those kinks could produce a quick spin up tornado. Yeah, they may not even issue anything for Etowah, Blunt, and Cherokee County. We'll see what they decide. Man, I am surprised we don't have a tornado warning out here near Millport. That's tornado warning worthy. Does anybody else agree with me that's experienced with radar? Because that's strong. Is the Birmingham National Weather Service in Birmingham asleep tonight? Because that's tornado warning worthy. Somewhat of the part of this, somewhat of this line here is severe thunderstorm warning worthy. While I hate to say that, it is. Yeah, still, I think I'm going to let... so, if we get a tornado warning issued, of course, you can expect us to do wall-to-wall coverage with that new warning. But I'm going to go ahead and let the live stream go for now. And we will be back to cover any other newer warnings that are issued. So, of course, we appreciate you for tuning in here with us at Star 9 Alabama. My name is Nicholas Driver. Stay tuned. Keep up to date with the chance of us probably going to see a new tornado warning at some point. Maybe a severe thunderstorm warning. I do want to keep in mind frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and some hail. Pea-size hail is expected. Of course, that tornado possible tag is also there for tonight. Alright, y'all have a blessed one, and hopefully we don't have to see you later. Good night, y'all. Good evening. Good morning, I should say. It's 1:17 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We are live once again. New tornado warning has been issued for portions of New Hope, Grant, Langston. This is heading straight into Marshall County now. This is also including Jackson and DeKalb counties. This warning is in effect for the next 42 minutes as a quick spin-up area of rotation has showed up on radar. At this point, we're going to stay live so we don't have to, have some issues with this stream because more tornado warnings are definitely going to get issued tonight. So bear with me as I briefly post about the wonderful warning that we have. But areas... Let me turn that off. Alright. Let me finish my sentence here. So areas west of I-65 now, you're out of the main threat. Unless you're in Coleman and Winston counties, that threat's still heading into your area now. Well, the very loud thunder does continue across much of western Alabama right now as we speak. So do keep that in mind. Alright. So now we're going to put out the new tornado warning that was issued here onto the page, and we'll go from there, doing wall-to-wall coverage. Alright, perfect. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so as you know, of course, we appreciate you for tuning in here with us at the Star 9 Alabama weather page. My name's Nicholas Driver. We are going live for the newly issued tornado warning that includes southeastern parts of Madison, northeastern parts of Marshall, western parts of DeKalb, and southwestern parts of Jackson County. So what we're going to do, I gotta fix the stream real quick so it's shareable, and then after that we will share the stream for those that are in the path of this tornado warning. So bear with me, folks, as I make this stream public. We've been live several times already tonight, and hopefully we're probably going to stay live with these severe thunderstorm warnings through 2 to 3 a.m. and then afterwards it's bedtime time for all of us here. I should say. Alright, let's see if I can share this to... I think I'm in some groups here. And if you have family members out ahead of this threat, send it straight to them. Let them know about the tornado warning that has been issued here for Jackson, Madison, Marshall, and DeKalb counties. That's south of Scottsboro. I guess we can go ahead and include Scottsboro because I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a tornado warning potentially get issued for there. What? Honestly, I would not be surprised if this one does have a tornado on the ground, but we'll have to closely monitor it here. Alright, let me share a couple more times, and then we'll get straight to it. I would most definitely be glad when this severe threat is over with, because it's definitely a long one tonight. Of course, nothing I can't handle. I don't think I'm in any other groups that I can share this to. So, like I said, if you got family members that is currently in the tornado warning, go ahead and let them know that they need to seek shelter immediately. And of course, I'll go through my precautionary things that I always say here briefly in a little bit. Yeah, so I don't have any groups, so that's fine. Again, tornado warning, the biggest town included is New Hope. Others like Grant and Langston is in this tornado warning until the next 38 minutes. So this warning continues until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. I think they kicked back some of the time there. 38 minutes is in for this tornado warning. And that was for a brief area of quick spin-up rotation that was noted on radar. Right here, just south of New Hope. Goodness gracious, it's going to be very messy tonight. the mountains are causing very bad issues with the radar right now. So the sand mountains. Speaking of the sand mountains, once these tornadic storms do kind of go over this area, we could also see that uptick in rotation, or whatever it is, the sand mountain magic that we see. It kind of valleys the airflow into the storm, which allows some quicker rotation. Of course, I would love to explain it in a better way. So a new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall counties, including eastern parts of Morgan and eastern parts of Coleman counties in Alabama. So I got some folks that watch me from there. I don't think the radar is actually down, not to what I can currently tell at the moment. Let me see if I can send this to... There we go. Alright. Let's see. Goodness. Again, tornado warning has been issued for New Hope, Grant, and Langston as the potential tornado is ongoing out here closer towards New Hope and Grant. You can see that area of rotation spinning up here. It was a quick spin up that was noted on radar. It's not very easy to see right now with a golden eye, if you will. A quick, tiny area, a spin up developed, and now it's pushing east. Not big, but it's still there. So if you are in the tornado warning, but as many walls as you can between you from the outside world, keep in mind frequent lightning is potentially ongoing with this thunderstorm, damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, and some small hail is also a concern. Flooding threat will be something to monitor through tonight as well. 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect through midnight. This one will expire around 2:15 a.m. So that now includes Guntersville, Albertsville, Arab, Collinsville, Boaz, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Sylvania, Valley Head, Henniger, Scottsboro, and Woodville. Frequent loud lightning, very loud thunder continues across much of the area. Where? What am I missing? I'm seeing multiple reports of tornadoes on the ground, but I'm not seeing it on anywhere on radar or on reports. Now, there is multiple areas here near Scottsboro that was rotating, and this is why I'm about to share the stream for Scottsboro, folks. Oops, I think I've already done that. That's another thing. So, yes, it's past midnight. I can't get my life straight over here. If you're out there towards Scottsboro, Hollywood, Limrock, Grant, Langston, Guntersville, Albertville, Crossville, Gardendale, Lakeville, Portersville, Collinsville, Fort Payne, Rainsville. How many villes are there? Valley Head, Henniger, Pisgah, Roseville, Hollywood, Fackler, Stevenson, Bridgeport, Flat Rock, Eider. You're in a severe thunderstorm warning that has a tornado possible tag, and then plus that tornado warning that's in effect for New Hope and Grant. So treat this as if it was a tornado warning. Seek shelter. Definitely recommend it if you're in any of these severe thunderstorm warnings. Reason why? Because we could have a quick area of rotation, not even noted by radar, and then it's gone. We've had instances that nobody's been able to see it. It happens, and just like that, it's gone. And within the next hour or so, we hear reports of a tornado, and nobody ever knew. So please be seeking shelter immediately. And that's if you are anywhere, again, in the tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning. And Ian, are you talking about the storm around New Hope and Grant that Nathan is heading to? Yeah, I guess you are. What's he doing in my side of the world here? Anyways, so that tornado warning continues until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Again, the really quick spin-up tornado was noted by radar, and we were allowed to see that tornado warning. Does not seem to me that there was any potential touchdown, but that tornado warning again continues until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Not any tight couplet showing up on radar. Not a general area, that I can point out. But anywhere along this line from Stevenson, Bridgeport, down towards Fackler, Hollywood, Scottsboro, Grant, and south from there, rotation is possible. And so with the tornado possible tags on the severe thunderstorm warnings and then that tornado warning, we're not going to be we're not going to end stream any soon. Let's see if I can. Oh, see, that's much better. I can actually see the velocity now. So, where that tornado warning is, that's become more of a straight line damaging wind threat. But there is multiple areas of couplets that I'm watching here. One east of Arab, southeast of Union Grove, closer northeast of Grant here. You got some areas of kinks that are showing up on radar. That's something I'm closely keeping an eye on. I was just sent a tracker, and I do appreciate this because my WSV3 does not work. So Grant, this tornado warning will be within your area by 1 minute from now. Gunnersville, 7 minutes. 30 Lakeville, Gardendale, and Crossville. This will be from 31 to 40 minutes from now. Fife, out there for 37 minutes. Shiloh, 39. Pine Ridge, 49. And out there towards Powell, about an hour from now, is when these storms, the strongest part of the storms, will be pushing into the area. And I do appreciate Aaron for sending in that storm timing words. Yes. So Ashton, my coverage area is out. Pickens County is out of my coverage area. So we go as far as Cherokee, as far southeast as Cherokee, and as far west as Marion County. Yep. So that storm that we were all watching heading into Alabama went tornado warn, or near Mississippi, if you will, and that's tracking into the coverage area, or excuse me, out of the coverage area. Now, this will probably push into portions of somewhat of the coverage area later by midnight, or evening. I can't get my language straight tonight. I do apologize. By tonight, by this morning, if you will, we're getting closer to the morning hour frame, that the tornado rotation could push in, but I doubt it at this point. Most of the threat's going to be staying east of I-65 now. Damaging winds is beginning to still slowly make its way into Winston and Coleman counties as we speak. Does any of you know of the... Nope. Okay, never mind. I answered my own question there. So there's still not a tornado watch for Blount, Etowah, or Cherokee counties yet. So now we have a confirmed tornado on the ground near Grant. So this has been confirmed by the National Weather Service of Huntsville, Alabama. Fix that. Okay. Alright, so looking closer to Grant, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground now, heading down towards that area. Let me completely make sure that that is right. No. Okay, never mind. So it's not confirmed. Disregard on that. So this is not a confirmed tornado on the ground, but it does have the potential. Most definitely has the potential to be a tornado at some point, to produce a tornado. But there's not much on radar showing it rotating much. I forgot to post the new severe thunderstorm warning as well. So bear with me, folks, as I issue this new severe thunderstorm warning onto the page, and then we'll go from there. Ian, I need to most definitely give you potential access to the page so you can, in occasions that you're available, help out on the posting on the onto the page here. You have access to my page, but not all of them. Alright, yep, tornado warning has been allowed to expire. That does not surprise me one bit. But we still continue to have those tornado possible severe thunderstorm warnings as they are able to quickly spin up and cause some issues. But all in all, the tornado warning was allowed to expire. We're going to stay a few wall-to-wall coverage until this line pushes east. A very tight rotation heading into Ethelsville as we speak. So we still have a tornado watch for much of the area, but now Marion County, you should be allowed to. I've already mentioned these counties. So Marion County, Franklin County, Lawrence County, over here towards Limestone County, Madison County, and here very soon Morgan County will be allowed to expire from that tornado watch here. So that's just about it. Matter of fact, we don't even have a tornado watch. Yeah, we don't have a tornado watch in Limestone, Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin, or Marion. Nope, we still have a tornado watch in Marion, unfortunately. But that tornado watch is definitely going to be dropped here soon, because this line is pushing east of it, so. So everywhere, I'll draw a line for everybody just so we know my coverage area. And I should pin this onto the page and whatnot. But anywhere along this line right here that I'm drawing south is directly out of the coverage area. So anything south here, this is out of the coverage area. We do still have that tornado warning here. That will potentially track northeast into the area. It wouldn't surprise me. But we'll closely monitor it throughout the evening. But this, everything north here and along the Alabama state line here. This is our coverage area right here. Right now, things are more of a damaging wind threat than anything. And do keep in mind, I tend to lose my voice a little bit during severe weather coverages. Absolutely agreed with you. That one tornado threat down there towards Dania, yeah, um, does have that potential. All right, there we are. So we do now have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Coleman County, Alabama, with a tornado possible tag. Is yep, great. So I do have family out here. We'll see if the National Weather Service decides to do it. We'll see. All right, so that we're gonna. Why is that down? So the KBMX radio or radar is down. When it's down, WSV3 crashes, and so there goes WSV3. But it works perfectly fine on radar of Mega, so I don't understand at all. Okay, now KHPX is down. Oh boy. All right. So we now have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag that's been issued for Coleman counties, or for Coleman County, if I should say, until 2:30 p.m. or a.m. Central Daylight Time. This storm is very slowly moving around 26 miles per hour, so we're going to have a flash flooding threat through this evening. Keep that in mind. Through this morning, I should say. With that flash flooding threat, you need to be sure if you run into any flooded roadways to turn around and don't drown. Please do not drive into that roadway, as it is extremely dangerous and very not really unprofessional, but just not right. Don't drive into it. And I did not mention this earlier, but we do have a flash flood warning for Lauderdale, Colbert, portions of Western, Lawrence, and Franklin counties until 4 a.m. Sunday morning. So that's within the next 3 hours. Trying to get this posted as quick as possible. Alright, there we go. So we got multiple tornado warnings popping up in Mississippi and southwestern, or closer to central Alabama now. Alright, so now we're going to share this stream over. How about Huntsville? Any more storms moving into Huntsville? So, no, sir. The storm threat for Huntsville now is over with. You go ahead and get some sleep, Gary. And most of the storm threat's over with. And you're probably going to hear a couple rumbles of thunder tonight. Most definitely, because it's ongoing out here in Limestone County. But other than that, nothing really concerning tonight. So you can get some rest if you're out there in Huntsville. That makes sense. Okay, so the tornado threat, the more farther east we go, is downtrending. Okay. Thank you, Ashton. Low level jet, kicking a little bit, not very strong though. Those are some fast moving clouds. And thank you, Ian, for answering the question for me there, for Gary. Let me send this to that one. We're just sharing the stream as much as possible. Alright, so new watch for Blount, Gadsden, going out there towards Cherokee and areas southeast is not expected according to Ashton, but it will be monitored by the Storm Prediction Center. Tornado, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts potentially, and that goes all the way into Jackson County. All warnings are, actually, this one up here in Jackson County is expected to expire within the next 16 minutes, as it is set to expire around 2 a.m. The one across Madison, Marshall, Morgan, northeastern portions of Coleman, and in DeKalb County, this one is expected to expire by 2:15, going into Coleman 2:30 in the morning for that one. So we got folks tuning in potentially from Coleman County, Alabama. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for you. Nothing tornado yet. Nothing tornado warned anyways, I should say. But I believe they are issuing these tornado possible severe thunderstorm warnings for a precaution. Just in case, because a lot of these areas have been quick spin up type of situations, and every time we get east of I-65, we get tornado warnings constant at the same time. And so, that being said, this is more of a checkup to make sure nothing happens in between. And of course, if you're just now tuning in, welcome into the Star 9 Alabama studio. My name is Nicholas Driver. We are live covering the severe weather event through April 5th and through April 6th of 2025. We've had the wonderful help of Ashton, Ian, and Aaron in the chats this evening, or this morning. Ashton, your threat's over with. You can get some sleep. Oh no, though, you're getting some snow. Does that count? Being able to go to sleep? You should go play in the snow. So, of course, don't be scared of the thunder. Very loud, again, as I've mentioned this over and over, over northwestern Alabama and over I-65. It's just some leftover lightning that's being produced from the storms over Limestone and Madison counties here as we speak. A special weather statement was just issued for the rest of Winston County. Again, Marion County, you're in the clear. Lawrence County, you're in the clear. Franklin County, same thing for you. Colbert, Lauderdale, Limestone, going into Madison, now Morgan. All of you folks are in the clear. In Jackson County, you're getting fairly close. This has just got to push east a little bit longer, and we'll get out of it. The ground needs to freeze. What is the temperatures out there? Alright, folks, if you're out there towards Coleman, you're likely seeing some frequent lightning ongoing. That goes all the way towards Scottsboro and Stevenson. I'm more focused out here towards Coleman because we've had a couple flashes of lightning within the past couple of minutes now north of Coleman. So a couple thunder boomers. That's a lot of couples. Multiple thunder boomers, I should say, is probably going to wake you up tonight. And that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So if you're just now being awoken by the thunder boomers around here, don't be scared. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 2:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This does have a tornado possible tag on it now. 60 mile per hour wind gusts cannot be ruled out as well. Going out there towards the Arab, Gunnersville, mainly east of that, so Albertville, Boaz, Collinsville, Rainsville, Fort Payne, Sylvania, east of Scottsboro, Henniger, and Valley Head. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 27 minutes with the same thing, tornado possible tag and 60 mile per hour wind gust. So that one will continue east. Ending up here towards Stevensville and Bridgeport. That's just east of that, so that includes Shiloh, Overlook, Liberty Hills, Sulphur Springs, Yucca, Balua, again Crossroads, and Eliza and Bryant. Those counties or those towns are in a severe thunderstorm warning as well, with the tornado possible tag on it. Gotcha. Yeah, 38 degrees is a bit cold, but just not around freezing. Alright, Colbert County, Lauderdale County, Franklin County, Lawrence County, Limestone County, and out there in Tennessee, Lincoln and more counties have been expired out of that tornado watch. The tornado watch remains in effect for the following counties until 3 a.m. Madison County, Morgan County, Coleman County, Jackson County, Marshall County, and DeKalb County. If you're in Marshall County, wait, what was that? Oh no. I keep forgetting that Birmingham and they just don't share the same, and that could be a little bothering sometimes. Significant flooding threats about to start unfolding out here as this really slow storm system moves east. It's about 40 miles per hour, but it's moving extremely slow. Yeah, I do see that. Probably easier to see on the Birmingham radar here. Now, these radars are insane right now. You can't get nothing of coverage because the radars are just acting funky. Yeah, I do see that potential. So heads up out there just west of Coleman here. Very, very decent damaging wind threat out here towards Hollywood. 40 to 50, closer to 60 mile per hour wind gusts likely near Stevens and Scottsboro area. So damaging winds definitely going to be a concern across that area. Tornado potential downtrending. So Morgan County, you're in the clear. Madison County, you're in the clear. Even though you are in the tornado watch, you folks are all right, and you can go to bed. Yep, don't be scared, be prepared. Marion County, same thing goes for you. I can show you one area that's going to have to be watched fairly closely here. Most definitely is south of Section and Jackson County here. We got a nice hook echo trying to develop here. Where your tornado development is going to be is around this area, and that will continue to push northeast, I believe. All right? No, just east. That will push east towards Sylvania and Valley Head area. Listen to me trying to pronounce town names again. A new severe thunderstorm warning was just issued. I'm going to wait till the old one expires to be able to see it. It's right here. I could. So there's parts of Stevenson, Bridgeport, and Shiloh, including some parts of Pisgah and Eider. So that's the new severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 2:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This storm is moving 50 miles per hour. How is it? Of course, it is moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So, but right now, much of this is just a severe weather threat or severe thunderstorm type of situation. But we'll keep a close eye. So trees and power lines have been reported down across Jackson County. So keep that in mind if you're in Jackson County. Damaging winds is ongoing here. Yeah, Ashton, I'm getting the same exact thing. I don't know what it is, but Birmingham, Huntsville, and Tupelo, all of them have really rough radars, especially in the year of 2025. They have been rough. I've had some issues with them in the past too. In 2024, when we had a tornado outbreak, and yet they were freezing up in every which way. Yeah, I feel this is going to be an area to potentially some rotation trying to happen here. Maybe out here towards Henniger as well. But the radar is just being extremely funky, and there it went. So we're having radar issues this evening, or this morning. Whatever time it is 1:57, so about 2 a.m. And our wonderful, there we go, reflectivity just went out. But I'm slowly deciding to think that we might just let the live stream go. We'll see. Yep, I definitely agree, Ashton. These the radar issues. I don't know what it is over here. That's why nobody likes to chase across Alabama, though. There could be a quick spin up trying to happen just west of Gardendale. Gar. I was saying Gardendale, but that looks Gardendine area. And then out here towards Coleman, that strong to severe storm continues to head northeast slightly. It's just sitting over this area. It has not moved one bit south. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and let the live stream go. I'm aware that we could potentially see one or two more tornado warnings. And of course, if those tornado warnings are issued, you can expect us to be live once again. But right now, the main threat, damaging winds, one or two quick spin-up tornadoes cannot be ruled out, quarter-size hail, and frequent lightning as well. And of course, we cannot forget that flooding threat, especially if you are living in Coleman County. That is a really big concern because Coleman County is full of mountains and hills, just rough terrain. So this area here, we're having training thunderstorms. That's likely going to need a flash flood warning here very soon. But that being said, thank you for trusting us here at Star 9 Alabama. My name is Nicholas Driver, along with Ian Malico, Ashton, and Aaron. We appreciate you, and have a blessed evening.